lesson, we're going to learn how to draft an explanatory essay. So you'll be able to use the plan that you've been working on this week to draft an essay next, probably like 2 weeks from now. Questions about doing the plan for the explanatory essay. So on Monday, we're going to take our lesson 9 test. Hello.
Lisa, how do we do the test?
We're going to do it in class. Hello. All right. Now everyone see my screen?
Will we do writing?
No, we don't have the writing part. Well, you'll have like a short answer part for the lesson test, but we don't do a full writing part until the unit test. So after we finish lesson 10, then you'll have the full unit test, and that will include the writing part. Okay, so this is the Google Forms that we're going to do it on Monday. So everyone better take this test carefully because it's taking me a very long time. Everything on Google Forms. I have to type up the whole test. So we're going to do it carefully.
You write the paragraph?
Your explanatory essay?
Yes.
We'll do the full essay in lesson 10. All right, so let's talk about our word. We're going to talk about breaking apart words into syllables. We're just going to do a quick review on this because we've done this a bunch of times.
Prevent.
Okay, so we have the word prevent. Ningqi, how many syllables do you hear in the word prevent?
2.
2 syllables. Lily, what is the first syllable in the word prevent?
Free.
Free. And Mitzi, what is our second syllable in the word prevent?
Vent.
Vent. Easy enough, right? Prevent, we can break it into 2 syllables. Prevent. Okay. All right, let's look at another word. Salam, can you read this word for us, please?
Afraid.
Afraid. Good job. Mayang, how many syllables do you hear in the word afraid?
2.
2 syllables. Okay, who is Violet?
Pen.
Pen. And what is our first syllable in the word afraid? Good job. Who's Lucy? Maggie. Okay, Maggie, what's our second syllable in the word afraid?
Afraid.
Afraid. Okay, easy peasy, right? Afraid. Okay. All right, let's look at another word. Okay. All right, remember, if I cannot see you or your name, then I cannot call on you. James, can you read the word for us?
Completely.
Zero, how many syllables do you hear in the word completely?
Completely. 3.
3 syllables. Good job. And Feng Dao, what is our first syllable in the word completely?
The first syllable is calm.
Come. Okay, good job. Sky, what's our second syllable in the word completely?
Complete.
Complete. Okay. Who's Kayla?
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
I write on the name.
I can't see. I only see the name Kayla.
No, I write P too.
I don't see the word P.
Okay.
Okay. So P, what is our third syllable?
Third is Lee.
Lee. Okay. Easy enough. So we have our word completely, and we can separate it into 3 syllables. Completely. We're going to talk about some of our vocabulary words. So we're going to do a crossword. Okay, so we have our meanings of the words on the right, and then we're going to fill in the vocabulary words on the left. So some of them are our lesson 9 vocabulary words, and some of them you need to figure out the opposite of.
What?
Are you there?
Yes.
When I ask about the opposite of a word, am I asking for a synonym or an antonym?
Antonym.
Say it again.
Oh, this is synonym.
So listen, when I'm asking for the
Antonym. Antonym.
yes, you're correct. So when we're talking about an opposite of a word, we are looking for an antonym. Okay? Antonyms mean opposite. So let's look at to across. So who can tell me a word that means to say sorry?
Apology.
For me?
Apologize.
Good job. Apologize. So that's number 2. So number 7, across. The opposite of caught. What is an antonym for the word caught? So make sure you're thinking caught is in the past tense. So we probably want an antonym that is in the past tense.
Released.
Yeah, good job. Released is an antonym for caught. Okay, so when you catch something, you hold on to it, and when you release something, you let it go. Good job, pizza. All right, what about 8 across? Opposite of sickly.
Healthy.
Healthy. Can you spell it for me, please?
ALTHY.
Okay, good job, boo. So the opposite or antonym of sickly is healthy. Okay, let's go on to opposite of unknown.
No.
So say like an actor that is well known. Okay, famous. Good job. All right, now let's move down to our one down, real. What is another word for real? Dino, can you tell us? Oh, sorry, say again.
Fake.
No, I'm not asking for the opposite of real. I'm asking for another word for real.
True.
Okay, what's one of our vocabulary words that means real?
GENUIU.
Uh-huh. All right. All right, so now let's talk about some character traits. Okay, so these are so remember, character traits are words that we can use to describe what a character in a story is like. Desperate, talkative, unfriendly, and sensible. What does desperate mean? Desperate's kind of an interesting one. So when you are desperate, we'll say that you have a feeling that a situation is hopeless. So when you're desperate, you're like, oh, like the situation is hopeless. You can do nothing to make this situation better. Okay, so keep that meaning in mind. What about talkative?
Talk much.
When someone is talkative, he or she talks a lot. What about unfriendly? What does the word unfriendly mean, Ming Chao?
It's not friendly.
Okay. Unfriendly means not friendly. And Dino, what does the word sensible mean?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
So let's think, when someone is sensible, do you think he or she would have good ideas or bad ideas about something?
I think he will have good idea.
Yep. When someone is sensible, he or she will have, to have good ideas. Good or smart ideas. That is when you are sensible. Okay, so let's see if we can use these words in some sentences. Okay, so George made sure to always wear his helmet when he rode his motorbike. What can we say about George? If we know he always makes sure to wear his helmet, what character trait can we say or can we give George? James, what do you think?
Sensible.
Yep. So if someone makes sure to always wear his or her helmet, he or she would be sensible, right? So James, wearing your helmet on a motorbike, is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Good.
Good idea. So we can call George sensible. Okay, good job. Okay, number 2. My brother never stops talking. Jon Snow, how can we describe my brother?
My brother is talkative.
Yes, my brother is talkative. He never stops talking. Okay, good job, Jon Snow. All right, what about Bob didn't wave back at me at school today? What can we say about Bob? Elsa? How can we describe Bob, Elsa?
Unfriendly.
Yep, Bob is unfriendly. Okay, so we can use the clues from what characters say, what they do, how they feel to describe their character traits. What kind of character are they? Okay. After days in the desert, Jeff couldn't wait for a glass of water. How can we describe Jeff in this sentence? Ciro?
Desperate.
Yep. So he's been in the desert for days and days and days. He probably thinks that he'll never ever get a glass of water again, right? So we can say that Jeff is desperate. He's desperate for a glass of water. Good job. All right, does anyone have any questions about this doing character traits? I know we've also talked a lot. Who is this over here in the red shirt? Tuelam, do you have a question or you're saying no questions?
No question.
No questions. Okay, pretty easy, right? Those are some useful words for you. So now I want to move on to talking about text evidence again. So we're going to read a couple different paragraphs. And then in this first one, I want us to find evidence from the text to support the inference that giraffes are herbivores. So listen as I read and see what sentence or sentences tell that giraffes are herbivores. An animal's teeth can tell us a great deal about its diet. For example, carnivores have long teeth that are sharp and pointed. This allows them to tear through tough flesh of other animals. Meat eaters with these kinds of teeth include lions, tigers, and wolves. Their knife-like frontal canines are powerful weapons. They help these predators kill, eat, and conquer. Plant-eating herbivores, meanwhile, have teeth for a different purpose. For animals like horses, goats, and sheep, the most prominent teeth are the molars. These back teeth are wide and flat and are used for grinding up leaves, stems, and other plant matter. Interestingly, giraffes and humans have the same number of teeth. Each has 32. However, giraffes have no front teeth. Instead, their most important teeth are the molars that are set at the backs of their mouths. So from this information, how can we, what information supports the inference that giraffes are herbivores? So in this paragraph, Lily, in this paragraph, does the writer say giraffes are herbivores?
No,
No. But
the
what
writer
clues?
didn't say.
It doesn't say exactly, right? But what clues tell us or support the inference that they are?
The word for each animals, like horses, goats, and sheep, the most prominent teeth are molars. And in the sentence, however, giraffes have no front teeth. Instead, their most important teeth are the molars that are set at the back of their mouths.
Okay, so we know giraffes have no front teeth. Their most important teeth are the molars that are set in the back of their mouths. Okay, so, the most prominent teeth are molars. For what kinds of animals, Lily?
For plant-eating herbivores.
Okay, good job. So now we've highlighted the text that supports the inference. Now, how can we take these highlighted words and come up with a sentence that tells that giraffes are herbivores? Remember, we need to use one of our sentence starters. So, say, Shalom, do you remember one of our sentence starters when we're talking about text evidence?
Yes.
Can you choose one for us?
For the plant-eating herbivore sentence,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Tell me one of the sentence starters that we learned about to show that we're using text evidence.
the author
Mm-hmm.
tell that
The author said what?
plant-eating herbivores meanwhile have teeth for different purposes.
So is that part of the text that we highlighted?
No.
So we highlight the text first so we can see the most important information. And then we want to use that information and then write our own sentence, right? So the author said that plant-eating herbivores use what?
Use prominent teeth that are the molars.
Okay, so we can switch these words around. So we can say, the author said that, so the author said that the most prominent teeth for plant-eating herbivores are the what?
The molars.
Are the molars. Okay, so that's our first part. Okay, and then what about our giraffes part? How can we add the part about giraffes? Say, who's Lucy again?
Maggie.
Maggie, can you finish it for us? Now we need to talk about our giraffes.
The author said that the most prominent teeth for plant-eating herbivores are the molars, and giraffes have no front teeth. Instead, they have molars, teeth that are set at the back of their mouths.
Okay, so we said giraffes have no front teeth, and their most prominent teeth are the molars. Okay, so now we have our text evidence sentence. The author said that the most prominent teeth for plant-eating herbivores are the molars. Giraffes have no front teeth, and their most prominent teeth are the molars. So then let's figure out the end part. So what can we conclude here? Say, who is with the I don't know, this anime character. Okay, I don't know. All right, Mitzi, so what can we include, or sorry, what can we conclude by the end of this? We can conclude that giraffes are what?
Giraffes are plant-eating herbivores because they have molar teeth.
Okay, I don't think we need that because part, so we just can say the end here. All right, so we can conclude. So the author said the most prominent teeth for plant-eating herbivores are the molars. Giraffes have no front teeth, and their most prominent teeth are the molars. We can conclude that giraffes are plant-eating herbivores. Just like that. Easy enough, right? Okay, so we're gonna see if we have time at the end, we'll come back. We have a couple more that we could do. But I wanna move on to some other stuff for now. Does anyone have questions about using text evidence? Give me a thumbs up if it's easy. And so I can see. Maggie says medium, Lily says thumbs up. So Maggie, what do you have trouble with when you're using text evidence?
If they are the long sentence, I don't know how to kind of put them in order.
Like the one that we just made? So you put it in order in the way that you think about it, right? So, and also this is in the order that the author presented the information to us, right? So first, the author told us that the most prominent teeth for plant-eating herbivores is their molars, right? So that's what I used first in my sentence. And then they told us giraffes have no front teeth, but instead use their molars. So then I did that next. And then I came to my conclusion. So it's kind of like a math problem. So plant-eating herbivores using the molars plus giraffes using their molars equals giraffes are herbivores. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And then when you're writing your text evidence sentences, you can write it and then read it aloud back to yourself and ask yourself, does this make sense? And if not, then you might need to go back and change how you have written your sentences. Pig the pug.
Funny.
Okay, so humor can be funny. Okay, why do we use humor in a story? B. Does humor make a story enjoyable to read or boring to read?
Enjoyable.
Yes, so we use humor to make stories enjoyable to read, and humor can be funny. So we're gonna, as we watch this story, I want you to think of, is there humor in this story? And what are the humorous parts? What are the parts that make you laugh or that make the story enjoyable? Okay, are we ready? Okay, what do we think about this story? Who like?
The part that the pig falls out of the window.
The pig falls out of the window. Okay.
I like that.
Okay. So,
Wild pig is fall down the window.
yes, so thank you. But Meng, do you have a question?
Some pages they read like I think the story is like a poem. Some
So,
words are rhyme with each other.
yes, so I think they did that on purpose. So they wanted the story to rhyme. Okay, so that also makes it enjoyable to read. Boo, tell me.
Teacher, but why pig fall out the window? But why he not die?
Maybe it was a short fall, just short enough for him to be hurt and not to. Let's talk about some parts of this story. Because it looks like a made-up story. So when you write your own story, then you can have anything you want happen in it. Yes, pizza. What else?
I like the picture of the picture of the pig.
Why do we think the pug's name is Pig? Pizza, what did you just say? Why does his name Pig?
Because he is fat like a pig.
He's fat like a pig. Okay, what else? Why else might his name be Pig Hen?
Because he's very greedy.
He's very greedy, right? So normally pigs don't like to share. They're very greedy. They like to eat everything and have everything to themselves. So this pug's name is Pig, as he's similar to a pig in that he is greedy. Okay, good job, Hen. Okay. Well, we asked this already. So how does Pig act like a pig? So we know he doesn't share. Okay, he doesn't want to share with his friends. And what happens because Pig is so greedy? Who is Kayla? Who is this? He. Why? What happens because Pig is so greedy?
He got fall out the window.
He fell out of the window. Okay. And after he falls out the window, the author says, well, pugs cannot fly. Why is this humorous? What about this sentence is humorous, Lily?
Oh, well, because I think it is the author said, well, pugs cannot fly because pugs don't have wings, and the author writes in it because the pug fall out of the window, and then he cannot hold on to the windowsill.
So that's one part of it. Okay. Ling-Chi, do you have any idea? Or sorry, Chi-Mai, do you have any ideas for us?
It's humorous because he cannot fly.
Because he cannot fly. Right. So he fell to the ground. Yep, exactly. Does anyone know the saying, when pigs fly? Pizza, do you know it? When,
Mother stay to the children.
and what does it mean, the saying, when pigs fly?
When you are old enough to get it, like when pigs fly, you will get that thing.
And can pigs fly?
No.
So if someone says, you'll get this when pigs fly, are you ever going to get it?
No, but if you put a pig on the airplane, it will fly.
Well, I think it means like with wings. So when someone says the phrase, when pigs fly, that is an idiom for meaning that will never happen, right? Because pigs don't have wings, pigs can't fly. So the story is referencing that phrase, when pigs fly. So when Pig the pug falls out of the window, the author says, well, pugs cannot fly. And last question. What's humorous about the ending of this story? Sky, what is humorous about the ending of this story?
Pig share the toys and play with Taylor when he was mended.
Yes. So at the end of the story, Minnie, are you there?
Yes.
So at the end of the story, Pig ends up sharing with his friend, right? But what's funny about it?
Because I think because a pig is get hurt.
Yes, because he's all bandaged up, right? He's in cast, so he's sharing with his friend, but he's also hurt. So does he really have a choice to share with his friend, or does he kind of have to?
He have to.
He has to, right? Where is he going to go? He can't pick up all of his toys and walk away like he usually did, right? Because he's stuck in his cast. Okay, so that's that. So now let's talk about, so we have about 5 more minutes. So we're going to do some quick grammar, and then I will tell you your homework. So let's see, what is wrong with this sentence? I was tired. I went to bed. Feng Tao, what's wrong with this sentence?
The sentence do not have don't have the
What is it missing? Can you think of a word that would fit in this sentence?
so.
Yep. And where can you read the sentence using the word so, please?
I was tired, so I went to bed.
Okay. I was tired, so I went to bed. So remember, this is an example of a compound sentence. We have 2 simple sentences, a comma, and the joining word so. I was tired, so I went to bed. Okay, good job. What about this sentence here? I will eat a hot dog if I'm hungry. Kent, what is wrong with this sentence? Kent, are you there?
Yes.
What's wrong with this sentence?
Sentence 2.
Yes, sentence number 2.
Will.
No, not will. Will's correct.
Oh, the A.
What A? Nope, we're talking about 1 hot dog. I will eat a hot dog if I'm hungry.
Oh.
Nope, we need to take something away from this sentence. Think about our subordinating conjunctions and where they are in the sentence.
Take the word am.
No, not. It's not a word we need to take away. What is our subordinating conjunction in this sentence? The joining word that connects the 2 ideas.
Oh.
If. Where is the word if? Is that at the beginning, the middle, or the end of our sentence?
The middle.
It's in the middle. Do we need a comma?
No.
So what do we need to take away here?
The comma.
We need to remove our comma. We do not need it. I will eat a hot dog if I'm hungry. Right? So when our subordinated conjunction is in the middle of our sentence, no comma is needed. All right, let's see if we can combine 2 sentences here. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find my homework. Ming Chao, how can we combine these 2 sentences?
I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my homework.
Okay, so I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my homework. And what are we missing from this sentence now?
A comma
Where does our comma need to go?
before but.
Good job. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my homework. Snow was falling. Children were sledding. Dino, how can we combine these 2 sentences?
The snow was falling, so children were sledding.
Again, what are we missing here?
A comma.
Where does our comma need to go?
Before so.
Okay, good job. Snow was falling, so children were sledding. For practice this weekend, I'll send home some of these games that you guys can play to do some grammar and some text evidence practice. Okay, and for your homework, I want I'm going to send home a story called Too Many Dogs. I want you to read this story this weekend because you're going to this will be part of your test on Monday. So I want you to read it ahead of time so you don't have to spend time reading it on Monday. Okay, so homework number 1, read Too Many Dogs. Homework number 2 is read Dear Mr. Winston again, because that is also going to be a part of, you're going to do the comprehension part for the lesson test. So read it again, please. And then homework number 3, on Google Forms, you are going to answer a prompt in a paragraph form. So it says, humor is used to make a story enjoyable to read. Write a paragraph that describes a humorous part of Dear Mr. Winston. Use details from the text to support your answer. So, Ciro, how many parts of our homework do we have for the weekend?
4 parts. Play those games, read Too Many Cats, and read again Dear Mr. Winston, and do the Google.
The cats.
Okay, so you have the games that you can play. Read the story called Too Many Dogs, and then read Dear Mr. Winston again, and then write your paragraph on Google Forms. If you cannot use Google Forms to write a paragraph, write it on a piece of paper and then send me a picture of it. Anyone have any questions about what to do over the weekend?
No.
Can you tell us?
No.
We do not have a quizzes for today, but we'll have one. I'll make one for Monday.
You show
Okay.
us the.
Hi.
So
All right.